Wake up, lock in, move forward. This is Men's Morning Motivation. Let's get to it.
So, last episode, the audio was a disaster. Turns out, not adding the mic is a bad move. But, hey, we roll on with it. On to bigger and better things today. Let's get after it. So, it's Wednesday. You feel it, don't you? That weight pressing down, the fatigue creeping in, the voices whispering, "You've done enough. Take it easy. Just coast a little." No, that's weak thinking. And weak thinking is not welcome here. Monday, Monday was war, even for myself. Tuesday was discipline. But Wednesday is the crucible. Are you strong enough to push through? Or will you fall just like the rest? Let's get into it. This is Men's Morning Motivation. This is the breaking point of the week. You started strong on Monday. You were locked in, attacking the week like a warrior. Tuesday, you kept that fire going, proving that it's a discipline, not motivation, that keeps a man moving. But now, Wednesdays just hit different. Your energy's lower, your mind is louder, and this is where most men start slipping. They start checking the clock even more often. They start looking ahead to the weekend, and they slow the fuck down. Here's a harsh truth. Most men, they're just plain pretend. They don't actually want the life they claim they do. They don't actually want to be strong. They don't actually want to be disciplined. They just want to feel like they're making an effort. And that's exactly why Wednesday separates the strong from the weak. The crucible is a high pressure test. It's what burns away the impurities and leaves only the strongest material behind. That's why we chose to call it the Wednesday Crucible, because today is where you're tested. When you're tired, unmotivated, and looking for an excuse, this is where you prove what you're made of. Are you just talking a big game, or do you actually have the backbone, the grit, and the mental toughness to keep going? Do you harden under pressure, or do you melt? Let me just give you a reality check real quick. If you slow down today, you just killed your momentum for the rest of the week. If you stop pushing now, you just handed your future over to the weaker version of yourself. If you let Wednesday beat you, you'd be playing catch up for the rest of your life. But here's what separates you from the rest of the pack. You don't wait for the motivation. You act in spite of it. You don't entertain weakness. You just crush it. You don't stop whenever it's hard. You go harder. So let's talk about how to win Wednesday. There's three commandments of conquering Wednesday. If you want to dominate the rest of the week, you have to pass the Wednesday's crucible. Here's how. So number one, we just relock in on your mission. By now, those distractions have crept in. All those little excuses you hear from yourself, from your inner monologue, from your spouse, the fatigue. I know you're tired. And there's always going to be doubts. You cannot listen to them. Stop. Reset and refocus. You just got to ask yourself, what was my goal on Monday and what was my mission for this week? Am I still attacking it like I said I would? If the answer is anything less than a full yes, you're already slipping. But your future isn't built on how you feel. It's built on what you do despite how you feel. With number two, we got to do the hardest things first. Most weak men avoid difficulty, while the strong men hunt it down. Let's take a look at your list today. Find that one thing you've been putting off. The one thing that's just been sitting there because you don't feel like dealing with it. Do that first. No hesitation. No overthinking, just attack it head on. This is how you train your mind to kill weakness before it spreads. Number 3, we just go straight past our limit. This is the key. Do not stop where you usually stop. Because when your mind says, that's enough, do 5 more reps. When your mind starts to say, I'll finish that later, just do it now. When your mind says, but I deserve a break, earn that break first. Because every time you go past your usual stopping point, you expand your capacity for greatness. If you push through Wednesday at full speed, Thursday and Friday become easy. If you slow down today, you're done. And let's just be real. So greatness isn't found on Mondays. Everyone can start strong, and that's when it's easy. But greatness is built right here midweek, in the struggle, in the weeds, in the fatigue. Wednesday is where champions are made. Wednesdays is where the warriors rise. Wednesday is where men separate themselves from the rest of the pack. And let's just be honest, you're either stepping up or you're stepping back. There's no in between. So here's your challenge today, right? Find that one thing that makes you uncomfortable. That one thing you would normally put off. It's that same one thing that you know will push you forward. And we're going to do it today, Wednesday, with full force. No hesitation, no excuses, no slowing down, and no bullshit. Because by the time Friday hits, you'll be standing tall while the weak are still catching their breath. And that's it. Welcome to the 1%. Welcome to the men who didn't break. Welcome to the ones to push through the crucible. Alright, fellas, new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're keeping it real, staying motivated, and crushing goals together. So don't miss out, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's keep pushing forward. Oh, and before I sign off, I've got something for you. Check out the JL Studio 717 merch store, and if you're feeling generous, there is a donation button on my link tree. The link's in the bio. Every little bit helps, and I appreciate you all more than you know. Keep grinding, stay resilient, and I'll see you on Friday's episode.